Aloha, this is Betsy. Welcome back to our walk through my ebook, You Are Gifted. We will be talking about our home today. So, as we have reviewed already, grounding and centering are number one thing to keep ourselves balanced, stable, happy, peaceful. And then scanning our body and creating our psychic shield. So now let's take one step bigger, and we are going to talk about keeping your home clear. I know a lot of you are already familiar with smudging. That means purifying your space with smoke. And there's a lot of different things you can use for this. Sage is very, very popular, but there's many plants and different types of things that you can use to smudge. Incense as well. Also, I believe that it is helpful to do a walk through your home and look for energies that need to be cleared. Just like we did with our body, we do the same thing with our home. And why is that helpful? Well, how many times have you been someplace that was fine and then you walked into a different area and all of a sudden it was less than fine? It didn't feel good, didn't feel right, was uncomfortable, or sometimes even scary. So that is why we walk around and scan our home. And we go through the techniques of that in the book. So if you're curious, I recommend you download a copy. If you're on Amazon, Kindle Unlimited, the book is free. Full price, it is $4.49. So can't go wrong. And with that clearing and scanning of your home, it's not a bad idea to do that regularly. If you're noticing that when you come home, something feels off, or if you begin to feel sad or depressed, just like we do for ourselves in our inner landscape, it's a good time to question, does this belong to me? There's many things that can affect the energy in a building. What's beneath the ground that building is set upon. Also, the types of activities that occur regularly there, the types of people in and out. Many times, and of course it could be restless spirits that haven't moved on, or even little troublemakers, sometimes known as poltergeists, could be there. And sometimes it's just simply the energetic memory of those who have passed through there, human beings. You know, we leave an imprint, an energetic imprint, wherever we go. So you could be picking up that as well. So it's not a bad idea to scan your home regularly as a routine, part of your routine. Full moon comes to mind as a really great time to do that. Full moon is the perfect time for releasing, and I think we've covered that in some prior videos. So that brings us to the purpose of the home altar. So I'm sure there's a lot of you that are watching this that already have a home altar. If you haven't put one up yet, or if you haven't contemplated putting one up, what makes this a valuable tool is that you have a place to go to. Again, your home is your sanctuary, and the altar narrows it down a little bit further. So now you have a place to go to for privacy, but also to come home to your spiritual self. Simply by being near or looking towards your altar will help your mind come to a peaceful place, help push away some of the clutter, some of the icky, or even just the busy that's going on around you, and helps you narrow your focus into the things that are important to you. And so the items on your altar could be anything that are a reminder for you about your intention on this path. where you want to go, what you want to do, what you have hoped for yourself in your spiritual deepening process. There's no right or wrong. There's no one location better than others. I'm sure there's feng shui techniques that could be helpful that are easy to find on the web. And if you're into that, that works. Also numerology and astrology. There's just so many ways to go with this. And those two components should help keep your home space, again, that sanctuary, that beautiful place we go to at our times of rest, recuperation, privacy, and contemplation. And that said, I thought I would give you a tour of my altars. I live in a little tiny studio. Real estate is pretty pricey in Maui, so I have a really small but quaint studio. And I have actually multiple altars around my space. So I thought that I would flip my camera around and take you for a little walk. So let's hope I can do this without turning myself off and jiggling it too much. Let's. Well, it turns out I couldn't figure out how to turn my camera around in my video mode, but I thought I would show you here. This is my number one altar. So we have lots of things going on here. We have drum beater, beautiful black-lip oyster shells, an incense burner that's shaped like a teepee. We have some bells, and we have another drum beater here that is from, the willow is from a medicine man's sweat lodge in Arizona. And then coming over here in the corner, we have lots of earrings and jewelry, and these each represent different things to me. There's green gaspiite for the heart space, there's pearls, there's turquoise, sea urchins, and then down below we have my oils, my smudge sticks, and more things that represent people and places that are meaningful to me. So let's go take a look at another spot here real quickly. That one's not going to work, but here we have my bookcase that has candles deluxe and my very first teddy bear. Yes, vintage. Not quite antique yet. Antique is 100 years old. Vintage is anything over 25 years old. So that teddy bear is 26 years old. I got it when I was newborn. And here is a shelf, again, full of things that represent times or people to me. I have an eagle feather and an owl feather in that Native American pot that was actually my mother's. And this crystal penguin was an item of my father's that he cherished. And here we have two rescue skulls that Jonathan and I picked up. And then over here, this was a gift from my Hanai nephew, 7-year-old. It's actually a little gopher, which I didn't understand when he gave it to me. And then upon reflection, I realized that 2020 is indeed the year of Groundhog Day. So, yeah, I guess that's it's a gopher, but groundhog is close enough. And then down here we have one more item. We have yet another black-lip oyster shell with my fairy tiara and a big amethyst crystal. There's a basket in the back that was a Native American basket. Pictures of my family and books that I like. So that gives you an idea about that. And here's a recent addition. Now my bed is an altar too. So I have sugar skulls, I have fairy lights, and I have a background. So that gives you a little bit of an idea, not only about what an altar could look like. Oh, wait, I forgot one. Oops, wait a minute. So here we have lions and my salt lamp, which I never remember to turn on, and it melts all the time here in Hawaii with all the humidity. So there you have it. Altars can look like a whole lot of things. Yes, so I hope this was helpful for you. And if you found something of value, like and subscribe down below, and feel free to share with your friends. And I will see you again for the next installment. A hui ho.